What?
Streaming started.
Oh, you're welcome.
Alright, so for those that don't know, I do get on Mumble with AIE folks, and they're with me right now. I don't know if anybody's listening or maybe in the future, but you'll be hearing me talk and hopefully them. So as y'all might have seen, Minecraft did get, or the Forge mod got updated, and everything looks to be good. Running the current latest build of Industrial Craft, no major issues, so yeah, hope we're good. Yep. Need to recharge my battery, and I'm actually not going to be broadcasting to Mumble. I'll let Derlith and Zeph, who are listening on Mumble, listen on the live stream and comment as they desire. So, for those who are just
how much of a delay is there?
You'll hear yourself actually talk. So be aware of what you're actually saying, dude. So we may have a little bit of a NSFW comments in the background. So this is Fort Weyr, or will be. This, it's a pretty deep place, big mountain, and
What are you doing right there?
walking around, and I was recharging my battery pack.
Oh.
So you can see all that.
Looks like your power level's over 9,000. Get it?
Yeah, yuck. You can see all that I managed to encase and fill in, and did all the same all around for the base that I'm planning.
They are disconnected.
All. Don't want light there. And I did all around. You can kind of see. I'm going to keep that lake right there. Probably expand it a little. Maybe merge the two. I don't know.
They are connected.
I even got all the way over here. That's a lot of planning to do. And a lot of digging, as you'll see in a minute. So yeah, all the way around. I've got a few trees left to knock down. So, but waiting on a little bit. So this is the main shaft in the middle. This is dead center of the mountain. And as you can see, this is floor number 6. I've gone through and started digging access tunnels for all the other floors. It's 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait, did you excavate all this stuff?
Yes, I excavated everything. Well, the upper floors that we just passed, I didn't. And so, let me show you what I have excavated. Here. And here. I'm going to put my dock over on the side there, where you see the water in the background. I've excavated over here. And I'm working on right here. So this is just slow, tedious, boring, but it takes its time. You can see my character there with his advanced backpack on, and the drill in his hand. So for Derlith and for those that don't know, this is pretty much the entire thing I've been doing. Boop, 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 boop. Derlith was hearing this over Mumble while I talk, and he was wondering, what the hell are you doing?
This is crazy, dude. That's cool.
Yeah. So, just this monotonous is the trademark of a silly build, I think. Yeah, this is what I've been doing, where you were hearing that sucker sound. You're like, Daleks? No. But, you know, for those who don't know, industrial craft uses electrical power to make things work. So you got, you know, I got the drill in the hand, you know, chainsaw here to cut wood, and the electric wrench does the new blocks, because if you use anything else, it destroys them. And some of these blocks are hella expensive. Like, you know, 5 diamonds worth of materials went into making it. So I'm actually going to leave here, and I plan on the new video here to work on my new elevator. And you can see this is the temporary one, so I'm going to have to play around a little. And while I do that, let me make sure I've got my counts right. So I've got 5 on each floor for the distance. That's going to mean something in a minute. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And we'll make it an even 30 to get all the way up to the top. My roof is going to be up there where this stone block is going to be. Is at the, whoop, 2, 3. Now I'll be one above that. But alright, now let me see here. This is a nice little mod I found. A map. You can see me right in the center. See that little red arrow? And you can see all around here. All the biomes and all that good stuff. Now, I am nowhere near my other base. So I've been, for those that don't know, the industrial craft includes this little thing, which I'll show in a minute. What I'm going to do is grab or empty my bags here and show off a little. So, alright. So let me grab uranium, gravel, coal, flint, copper ore, lead ore. Anything I need to take with me? Okay, good. Now what's fun is you can actually, I figured this out earlier. I thought it was just funny.
Lost light pillar.
What was that, Zeph? What was that? Now I'm actually playing around with this because in a previous video I showed how something I teleported over and it made no sense. Well, we'll explain what happens here. And I'll also get to show you the cost of teleporting. Alright, so that is a teleporter. It is linked to my main base. This little thing right next to it to the left that my cursor's right on, that is the MFE. It contains 4 million power units. And push the button. Oh, my stuff's gone. And it used about 1 million energy to teleport. So, let's go. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. But you can see all of what I sent in is here. Now what I'm missing is the clay I thought I had. Make sure it didn't somehow materialize outside. This is my little pad here. No. Oh well, I lost a little bit of clay. But I guess that just means don't log out of the game before teleporting, because I did log to start the thing. So this is my main base for Derelict to see. Call this place Mementh Weyr. My name's Mementh. And see, I've got a bunch of the new stuff here. These are like major battery boxes or storage cells. these are all the new machines. And they do, this is a standard electric furnace. Ooh, nom, chicken. Leroy! What I'm doing is going to move all this over to the new base. All this will need to come over now. As you can see, I'm just shoving things in here. Because eventually I'll get to macerating the items. So macerating takes a standard block, and we'll go through in a minute. We'll break it down. And it turns one ore into, or one block into two. Now that may be considered a little cheaty, but when you get into, say, making a machine of any type, a basic machine here, uses 8 iron plates, and it's used a lot. So while it gives a lot of material, it uses a lot more material. And you'll see a lot of these things will be very good to use later. Go put all this up. Ah! Dumb door. And I brought over a lot of stone to the base at one point because I wasn't excavating out the middle, but I needed all the stone I could get. I'm going to show Darylith some things here. Uranium, as you see here, I've got a couple stacks. It'd make a little bit of good, power in a reactor. I'm not doing those yet. Diamonds were found, the lapis, gunpowder. So this is going to be kind of another tour for him. So if anybody watched the first one. This is rubber. It's used heavily in making copper cables, which is used to make any sort of electronic circuit for any machine. So basically you need a crap ton of it. So the device I'm using is, I have all electric toys for the game here. And so instead of wearing things out, it uses electricity. And electricity, you can burn stuff in a standard generator, or you can make solar panels, and they are expensive. But once you get to the technology where you can start mass fabricating them a bit, it's pretty easy. It just takes time, and that's what makes the game slow. So, got my carrot and potato farm, my jack-o'-lantern farm, my reed farm. And I saw a video the other day of somebody that took a village and made a nice little spawner of it, and actually had a nice little thing where he could make them grow and make easy trading. This is kind of my animal enclosure. Got my cows, my pigs, and my blue sheep. For those that aren't aware, I love the color blue. Let me get out of there. Now, see that green dot in the sky? That's part of that map mod. And what I'm going to do is show Darylith here my... Well, I think I lost Darylith. He just disconnected. I don't know. But for those that are still watching, it'll still show. Alright. So, in the game, there's a miner. And... here we are. Hey Zeph, did Darylith, is he coming back? Or is he still watching?
didn't do.
Oh. So you can hear the machine going. You can see it's already drilled down a good distance. It's got some redstone.
I'm kind of sort of not paying attention all that much.
Yeah, you're pretty tired, I can tell. So. Alright, where's my other waypoint? Oh. These things have waypoints, which I love because I was getting lost.
They are back disconnected.
I actually got pretty lost one time, and yeah, lovely. And not fun, obviously. So, that's why I like having the mod options. Gives you a chance to do things you weren't intended to do, but I don't feel what I use is game breaking.
They are back connected.
Okay. This is the other miner. I've got two of them running. And this one isn't as productive, but I don't think I had it running as long. So. But I think what we're going to do here... Told you I was going to work on the new ladder. And I think that's what we're going to do. Just head back to base and show one or two things off to Derelith, and that's what we're going to make is the
Yeah, he kind of logged.
Oh, I just got a message from Derelith on thing. He wanted to go. He didn't want to interrupt. I don't care about interrupt, but we're going to make the magnetizer and a few things here. So, magnetizer, we're going to play with it because I don't know how it's going to work and how well the system will be. So what I'll do is I'll bring it over with me with a bunch of extra stuff and one of those battery boxes because it doesn't use a lot of power, but it allows you to go up and down pretty quick, and so we'll be good here. Okay. Yeah. Still getting used to that mod.
But I'm gonna go to bed because it's going 2:30. Maybe work tomorrow.
Oh, okay, Zeph. Sleep tight, have fun, and if anybody else is watching, say goodnight to Zeph.
Good night, everybody.
So I'm going to keep going.
Your raft is connected.
Alright. I think I know where I'm going. I didn't set up a beacon for home, so I'm like, oh boy. We'll get there eventually. Sometime this millennia. And yeah, I've gone well away from where I needed to go, so I need to go that way a bit, I think. But for those, well, I didn't ever show this. This is where I found some rubber trees initially, and across there's a witch's hut. So, yeah. I had found a couple of the rubber trees and just started, farmed them and brought them with me, and it was all good. Wild pumpkins! Num 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 num! Alright. Alright. treetop walking. Ooh. Well, I know I'll eventually get back to my base. I know I'm kind of in the area. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Alright. So, I'm actually going to show off, before I do the magnetizer, my mob farmer. Because I thought it was quite interesting. Oh. I will never get directions right. Give me a GPS any day. Okay. Alright, so we're going to switch it into normal. Alright. So mobs will be spawning up top. Yep. Pretty quick on the spawn. And I like this here because this pissed me off trying to get this working. And it's a 2-level thing. This is just a standard lava blade. You'll see the sign there holding the lava up. There's another one under here. And you know, the lava sources are right here. So, you know, it's a nice little thing. And what happens is everything goes down here, and that's, yeah, goes under that block. Sometimes it's not a fast one. And so that under that block, and it comes in here. I've got a nice little hopper. Drops down into here. So we've already got a little gunpowder. There's that cobblestone from earlier. Some rotten flesh. Yeah. It's all quite nice. So let me turn it back to peaceful, just because, you know, I'm gonna be out and about. I just don't like playing in normal. Love some of the things I can get in it, but I don't like playing in it. Don't know why that happens. For some reason it likes... I've got the drill out to occasionally trip up that. So, oh well. The hunt for rubber. Yeah, I get a couple pieces each time, and you'll use a lot of rubber. I've managed to save up a good amount, so... Now the miners that I showed you earlier only work if you're in the same chunk load as they are. So while I'm over at Fort Weyr, they're doing jack. You know, not helping at all. But, you know, oh well. So let's go ahead and there we go. Set that to work. That's a extractor. Takes one of these, makes 3 of the rubber. Very useful. See, I've got a nice little stockpile. Put that flint away. Alright, so I'm gonna start making blocks here just because this is getting out of hand. Neat little trick if anybody doesn't know this, but you put everything in here, and you're going to get 64 of these. Now you could do all that, or shift, right click, boom, all in one load. Fast, easy, and fun. Alright, split that up. With this, and if you ever do any sort of diamond making, you will use a ton of coal, literally. Oh god, it's a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna start macerating all this.
Vertical disconnected.
Try and organize it a little. As you can tell, there's a lot of copper. I don't know if I messed that up or not. Oh well. Okay. So now the reason I'm only putting 32 in these is because the crushed ore still stacks only to 64. And if you're making 2, well, it's going to fill it up. So, why waste the effort? Alright. Now you can see I've got a ton of blocks of copper. So you'll use a ton of tin, gold, and anybody that is doing industrial craft, do not smelt your gold until you get a bunch of other things. You will need the silver that can come from it in the current build. What you do is you take the gold, you macerate it, so you get 2 gold, you take it into the ore washing plant, and it will wash it, give you pure gold, specks, and a little bit of stone dust. Then you take the pure gold into the thermal centrifuge. Oh, I had some tiny piles of silver dust. Excuse me. And not gonna do anything with that. But the tiny piles of silver dust turn into... Just gonna do one to show y'all. It operates just like gold. Boop, boop, boop. Silver dust. Okay. So, yeah. Silver dust. Silver dust is one of the main ingredients for glass fiber cable, which is the best cable that you can have. It requires 1 dust per cable. This makes 1 cable, guys. It's horrible. Like in that energem dust, each one of those is about some part diamond. It's expensive. So yeah, not fun. I don't know if they're going to rebalance that or what. So, let's see. What do we need to make a magnetizer? We need a basic machine case, which is 8 iron. I'm going to keep the iron stacks because I'm going to make fences. I don't know how much I'll need. I'm also going to need... I know I need 2 here, but you use the iron for the other parts. And 6 redstone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take these 8, and what I'm doing is rolling. In the game there's also a hammer this little guy, and as you can see, you take the hammer, make the plates with the hammer, and then you can use it to make other things, but we're pretty much just going to make the plates and use those. Okay, so let's go over here. Iron fence. Didn't know that. Had two I accidentally made. Well, I don't think there's another recipe. So, just have to wait, since I've only got two. I'm gonna Alt-Tab just to triple check the wiki and make sure of that recipe. So y'all get to see whatever I looked at last. Okay. So this seems to be a bit of a, the recipe got changed, I think, or the making. The old recipe, was this, and it got taken over by iron bars. So I guess they changed it to use the machine. Okay. The metal former's done, so we can start using it. So we're going to play around and see. Nope. Well, it won't let me drop that. So cutting. What happens when I cut it? See, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know how to make this. Coin. This is used on multiplayer, so worthless to me. Let's see what happens when we extrude it. Okay, it does let me drop. This will be probably the recipe. Yep, there we go. Iron fence. Okay. So what happens when you extrude an iron ingot directly? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, HV cable. Okay, so that means HV cable, high voltage cable. Pretty much worthless to me at this point. Very lossy over long distance. So we'll just leave that. And we'll come back to it later. No. Considering I almost messed things up. Yeah. So. Alright, we'll make a machine block while that's working there. Basic machine casing. Now, I always like staging my builds here because that way I can keep the recipe in mind. I don't have the best memory, so I'm not the best at remembering a lot of things, and so it's easier for me to make sure I don't mess things up. Okay, so I'll throw that back in here. See, the macerators are still macerating, and they're half done. I mean, it's not a fast thing. There are upgrades that can be put in here for holding more power. That's this red thing. For working faster, and to accept higher voltages. See this little box here? Make sure that's fixed. Step down. Basically, that little box takes the high voltage, which is 128 energy units a Minecraft tick, and converts it down to 32 energy units a tick. And I've actually gotten to the point where these were, browning out, not having enough power. So, would have to change things around a bit. But that's why I was burning a lot of it at once. Okay, so go. And this is a waste of time, but it means I keep the service, or keep my brain working. There we go, magnetizer. Boom! And we got some iron fence. Now, the problem is, iron fence needs boots. Okay. See, I've used static boots. I don't know if those will work or not. So we'll find out. So, grab a battery box and a battery pack. The battery pack will allow me to recharge the box if I need it. So we're just going to play around here and see how this works. Oops. No! Don't want to throw that away. Okay. So we go. And with all the boxes, or battery things, you always want to make sure the output, I'll show you here, is facing the machine. And we don't have to worry about electricity and rain, thankfully. Not an issue there. So, okay. You can see it is working. So, yeah. The static boots do work. I don't need the iron. But you can see it shoots me up. Woohoo! Whoa! Good thing I'm on peaceful. So that's gonna work. You can see it was using power. It's like 2 energy units a tick for, while you're using it. So, alright. I'm gonna test some things out, because I want to see how it works with other parts and plans. Okay, so it only works when you're touching on top. As you can see, I'm not doing the wingy-wangy. So what I'm going to do is put this guy somewhere in the middle of the base, and I'll bring that along with the battery pack and a bunch of iron fences, and just install it in the middle. Now, this little thing, static boots, I made back when I was using this as the main power source, and it charged it up a little bit. Static boots, static electricity, shuffle, 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 and it would slowly, charge. If I walked enough, I could recharge the entire, small battery pack. The big one, it's trickle charge at best. Not a whole lot, So I think that's enough. Because remember, it's 5 a level, and I think I said 30 total. So we've got 5, 7. Nope, don't
Set
want.
box is connected.
You wanna 5, 7, 9, 11. 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 32. Got some extra. So we'll let that run. And those iron plates aren't going to go to waste. They'll be used in something else another day. So, just put them here. You see I've got a little organization. The iron, and put that back. Copper, bronze, tin, gold, lead. Lead doesn't have too much use from what I've seen. Maybe more once they get more of the nuclear in. But, you know. Not sure. I know it's part of the reactor chambers, pressure vessels, a reinforced door. Oh, didn't know about
Shown
that.
to be disconnected.
Nice. Don't know how well that is. I know that has to do with nuclear as well as an access door, probably. But as you can tell, it's not used for a lot of things. This probably has to do with the reactor itself. So I'll throw that coin here. Take this with me. Bless me. So I'll take the battery pack, bat box. And I can leave these. I had all these boots in here. I didn't realize. Dagnabbit. Okay. Hey, you never know. Put those pumpkins away. Now I actually made some leads. I don't know if I showed people before, but you know, that allowed me to do a few things.
Disconnected.
Oh no, our guild leader, like there, is logged off. So, now, there were two things I did remember changing in the mod files, and that was one, the spawning of the ores. I upped it a little bit. That's why I think I've got so much dang copper. It's silly. I shouldn't have done that. And I changed that when I remove the power supplies, they don't lose power. It's like, personally, that's more of a why situation. Why would you lose power from, you know, doing things? So as you can see, the macerators are done, and you know, got some good amount of iron ore. Throw them in the furnaces. I threw 36 in just because it made no sense to just do 32 and hold. Okay, get double those running and we'll be done in a minute. And for those that, you know, haven't seen, I do have my portal to the Nether.
Portals disconnected.
I do not go in there much. I did it enough to get, you know, some glowstone. I did it on peaceful. Call me a baby, a wuss, whatever. You know. And, you know, we got our teleporter to Fort Weyr. And I call these stepping discs because I love the Elf Sternberg series, and it made more sense. As you can see, there's no hardware here because teleporters are expensive. And I'll show you. Teleporters require 2 glass fiber cables. To make 1 glass fiber, you've got to have 4 diamonds to ground up into that energem. To this. Energem dust. You need 4 diamond dust, that's 4 diamonds, and you get 9. Not not fun for me. Okay. Advanced circuits, 4 of them. Yeah, I've got 2 of these, so I had to get, you know, 8 glass fibers. It was not fun. A lot of diamonds. Advanced machine case, that's not too hard to make. Where is it? A little bit of carbon plate, that's coal, and this is advanced alloy. It comes from mixed metal ingot, which is a combo of bronze, tin, and iron. So that makes the advanced alloy. And you can see it makes a ton of the items. composite vest. Probably a lot better than
Fair Beetle disconnected.
a lot of things, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to use it. Put that iron in here. A little obsessive on keeping things organized. Now you can see I'm browning out here. I'm running everything at once. And so these machines are browned out. You see the red's not powering them. Now they're getting power, and they're still going to complete their operation, but they are running like uber slow. I could probably remove stuff from there, but If you hear that in the background, that's the clock. So what I'm going to do is stop the stream and restart for a new stream, because I like to keep these about an hour or under so that people can chronicle them or something. So we log out here. Alright. And stream will be stopping as soon as I see the preview show it stop.